Hello everyone, here is IST, now from the London session. Well, let's make a short recap on previous live basically and see what we got. Well, if you do look in the previous live 2 days ago, what we got was basically I looked for a long here, right? Around here. I don't know, somewhere in here is a 75% level of the weekly imbalance also has gone lower. And yes, it worked very, very good. Like we got the idea that the price might go higher in here to fill this imbalance, this order block, right? And then on hourly, we got this imbalance here we have talked about. And all what I was looking for was basically to clean out these lows and see some push higher. But yeah, eventually on 50 minutes, I catch this trend. I didn't catch, but I've seen it and was perfect on 1 minute. But that's why I don't like trading time frames too low, because it's moving too fast. Yeah, it's not moving too fast, but you got to be fast. Okay, then what I've looked for basically was a trade inside this imbalance. Checked, right? Then a continuation lower, run out these lows, and then some reversal and go for the highs. And this happened. And then basically I wanted to put a short in here. I didn't. But yesterday the short happened. And right now it's going very, very well in the decided direction. Well, here is the trade. I did already take 2 times profit, like once here. This was from the phone, from like here, and once somewhere around here in the morning. I think at 6:48 Berlin time, and then yes, now we are in profit. I don't know if it makes sense to let it run anymore, but I'm not doing it because yeah, that's what I've said. Like I'm looking for those lows to be run. I do expect, or it may be that let's go back on. Yeah. Well, now thinking and looking at this, it may be not the perfect to be honest. Perfect level to place the stop loss. But yeah, it is what it is. Right? The stop loss, the take profit. Well, a rejection higher may happen from here. Like when we are, this is the um, daily liquidity, right? Previous daily open. And what it's here, right below the liquidity, we get a 50 minutes imbalance order block. If we got something on 1 hour, that looks like we got also order block in the liquidity level here. It's pretty fresh. But yes, like the idea is it may go lower, it may go higher. Perfect sense, right? Well, now let's forget about this and do some analysis on you. Well, EU now does look at least interesting. We made a church back in the imbalance, so you know, like this. When you look at the major moves, happen like we got a low, right? Then cannot do this, but we got a low, right? We came from, let's make it more clear. Came from here, we got a low, then we got a high, we broke the low, then we changed the structure, and now we are continuing it, right? Well, yet we got another bigger structure, which is bearish. When you go lower on 4 hour, we see basically the same, not the same, but 4 hour got also bullish right now, which does make perfect sense in order to complete some pullback, right? At the same time, 1 hour swing, it's still kind of bearish, so this may be a level where the price gonna react lower, but I'm not looking for shorts right now. So and also there is no room to like 11 pips. It's like damn, doesn't make sense to trade short, at least at this point. We go maybe to complete some of this imbalance. Also, it's like not a good place because when you look like in here, right? Swing, it's obviously bullish, right? Then we got this internal, which is like not so easy to define, which for me at this moment, to define which is the internal, like it's this one, and can be also be this like this one, but it's pretty much I'm taking this one because I'm looking or I'm trying to look to candle closures, and if the internal is this one, right? We had a pullback, right? Then we formed some kind of bearish range, right? This is a bearish range for me. And what we have done is basically go take liquidity above the range, right? And then close back in the range with the church. And the next target is pretty much this low here. And it's also making sense with this imbalance and the structure on daily on 1 hour for well, not 4 hour necessarily, but you got my point. Also here it's like also you got this well on 4 hour we got this bearish range, right? Let's make it here because there may be a four hour. This is a bearish range. So I'm taking it like this. Then we got the 1 hour close right back in the range, but not church, so I don't know what to say. And also the ranges on 1 hour are still bullish. What I would like to see some change of character that we may get right now on 1 hour. And then if it is to target like could be this one, this low here, more conservative, this low here. But you know the air is not in my favor. I'm deep discount, so I'm avoiding this trade. But the idea is that it may happen. Looking here, we got a high, we got a low. Then we broke the high, and as long as this low stays intact, it's let's map actually the 1 hour structure, right? To be more honest, as long this low stays intact, I'm not short. Well, a good sign is that we took the liquidity above, but no closure, so I'm not putting this as a low. This is like more like liquidity in my point of view at this moment for continuation. On 50 minutes, we can trade ranges, and we got a pretty good range. Like we got a bullish range, took liquidity above. Let's see if we're gonna close below and then get some closure right back in in a range for a continuation. But also I'm not trading this move, so I'm just analyzing it. I don't. The market doesn't look so well right now. Like it looks well, but it's like the moves are so small. Look, 10 pips still here. What, you know? Well, if we close here for 50 minutes, 15 minutes, we may delete the trade. It's obstruction for my eyes at this moment. And also, like for 15 minutes, we need a closure here. Like those are the ranges I'm looking at. Like this is my 1 hour range, right? I need a 1 hour closure here. I don't care so much about on 50 minutes. And this is pretty much my 50 minutes range. It's basically matching with the 1 hour one, right? So yeah, on 50 minutes it's just like this. This is the range on 50 minutes. And yes, for continuation, we kind of got this. It may go further, or will actually turn around and go lower. I don't know. But never mind. We're gonna see. Well, let's let it like this. Look on 50 minutes. What's gonna happen? To be honest, I'm not so interested about looking on 50 minutes. I'll mark it as liquidity and see what's gonna happen on 1 hour, because if we broke this low, then it's likely that a trend continuation may happen. Also, we still got this imbalance here, so that can be filled before continuation. We got this not equals but relative equal high that hold for sure a lot of liquidity. Like above those highs are plenty of liquidity, and also above those two highs. So this is a liquidity level very strong. Well, this was on EU. Let's move on GBP. Well, on weekly. No, let's look on monthly because I can know, because we are in a monthly imbalance. Well, Well, to be honest, right now I do expect some continuation lower, but this imbalance can hold also very well because got liquidity. So we got a bearish swing and we're in premium. Well, the internal is still bullish though, and the imbalance it's in premium when you measure candle to candle, and in equilibrium when you measure body to body, above equilibrium still. Price may react from it, it's clear. Then on weekly, no. Then we got the fractal, it's clearly bearish in deep discount. Yes, we got multiple fractal, like first can be this low, taken as fractal, and we just made it short. Alright. The second can be those moves, like, and we made short here, and then here we realigned with this, and then a continuation happened. And now, well, in both scenarios, a pullback is likely to happen, or not likely, but can happen. Weekly, I'm not delete, to be honest, this monthly order block, and then I'm gonna mark this weekly one. And it's sitting inside the monthly. So I'm not looking to target it right now, but it's good to have it there. Swing it's bullish, premium. Yeah, more like equilibrium right now. Internal it's bearish in my view. Like this is the internal, right? And the fractal is also bearish. Both are like, oh yeah, and very important, in order to remain bearish, I wanna see a continuation lower and not a closer back in the range. I mean here, because otherwise we'll be like, we got a bullish range, here, like you got liquidity below, then above, and now, yeah, it's hard to say right now on weekly, but some trade lower, it's not so big surprise. I'm like lying more bearish on weekly at this moment. Now on daily that does its job very very well. All right, the imbalance expected. I think it's also 4 hour, 1 hour order block inside it, right? Well, everything gets bearish right now on daily, and now a pullback is likely to happen. Continue, like, even if I get a closure back in a range, I'm still remaining bearish because how how it moved, how it reacted. Um, but now, right now, we are in this small range. Right? It's on 4 hour. Yeah, it's basically the same as a 4 hour internal. There's the daily um, fracture. Well, this imbalance done. This is very important. Why you are searching for some key levels, because look, it's just imbalance, right? It's just a level you wanna trade for. Just some, not necessarily that the price will react, but a, a zone where the price is likely to react. So, and if you look at this, you're gonna see something very interesting. First thing, let's move on 1 hour, right? First thing, price reacted very well from the imbalance. Perfect. Let's move on 4 hour because here is the imbalance, right? Reacting a little bit to liquidity, then invalidating it, right? Then what happened when the price retested it? Reacted again from it. Now the price inverted it again. Then look what happened. It's the zone where the price reacted like, and now it's likely that we see some. Here would have been like, well, it still did not take any liquidity lower. And now it's likely that we're gonna close. Oh, so we got one more order block here. And also the big for, yeah, it's matching basically with the daily one for November, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. For November 8 o'clock. Well, this is like the target. Here would have been like a very nice. I'll say that I have lost a bit of time looking on um, euro and on monthly, and somehow missing the move. it's a daily order block. It is matching very well with the 4-hour one, a level that has taken liquidity. This big imbalance. So also here it's gone pretty far. I'm not close basically the trade, right? Or close 90% of it. So to see, it's like here. I have only 1.5 loads. I'll close one load or zero or 1 point. I don't know. I had 6 loads. I'm not at only one load. I'm not close. 50 minutes is still bearish, still making sense. One lot secured, closed, and now basically I am gonna raise to make $25 is not making any sense, right? I'm not close completely. I'm not like trying to make $25. Yeah, this was like basically the day was a good day yesterday and started very well today. I did it like this. Still the final target. It's like I do look for a continuation lower, but for the trade it's enough. A pullback here it's likely to happen, and then we may get continuation again. But then it's in alignment with EU, which says can be bearish. 10 o'clock, liquidity. Well, EU is still obviously a lot more bullish uh, than GEO or GBP USD. Like has run a lot higher compared to the range. Well, this is a valid 1 hour imbalance, and its face wasn't tested. Still didn't talk liquidity though, but match with let's say resistance area. Now we got has liquidity from the other block. It's like a good place where the price may make a pullback, go in this other block or basically in this one, and then see some continuation into the highs. Right. Like 5 minutes, to be honest. The price looks like I wanna push higher and higher. But there is at this moment literally not a so very good place to have a stop loss. So also very nice. We kind of inverted the imbalance, close strongly behind the 50% level. Got some, yeah, I don't know, a continuation is likely to happen. But we still in deep premium. This is a level where continuation will make sense. But right now doesn't look like wanna turn around. Not even on. Well, yes, looks like wanna turn around. No, I'm not placing the trade, but just tasting some ideas, strategies, intuition. Of course, not with money. Because at the same time it's likely to go bull, like it's like gambling right now. Down here or even better because we got the liquidity down here. Will be a good place to look for a continuation. But too many levels are disturbing me. Oh, yeah. Where look, right now is not trade, not a trade here. It's already 10 and 8 minutes. and it's very likely that it was for London session. I'm still looking. Well, eventually, I don't know where did I had the was something like 4.8 or something. I think my take profit was somewhere around here. I don't know. I do look like expect a continuation. Yet I now let's look a little bit on gold. Well, gold is very bullish. Not bullish, like very bullish. Obvious. Um, well, on monthly, this big week here, so will be not so easy to push past it, but no level, like literally. On weekly, tell me what is here. I don't wanna be bearish, but I don't wanna be bullish also, considering how the price look like. Well, right now and right now we are a little bit bearish, but for how long? Where is the target? We're gonna run all those lows. We're gonna keep going higher. Nobody knows. And it's nice, right? It's nice the game when you don't know it for sure. Who likes to play a game where the odds are 100%? The uncertainty makes the life beautiful. We got this imbalance though here. Well, on daily um, it's like I got a trade on 1 minute here and eventually kept running and running and running and running. But yeah, what happened here on daily? We got order block here, imbalance here, order block above. So I'm now here. Looks like it was a range, right? I'll map it as daily swing, but it's not actually. It's more like liquidity. Well, what here happened to go more in detail? We took liquidity below. Then we took liquidity above and created a range, right? And also closed above, like that's important. Right, this means we do expect the range to continue, and it happens. Where do we expect this to continue? It's a good question. Here it's like the same thing basically. Liquidity below, close above, then close back in a range, of course, then target some liquidity below, then you got this internal range and close back in a range, target some liquidity above, and it's like this paintball move. You got this breaker block here, which can be like a good level to look for continuations in the future. And then eventually, because look, this looks like 4 hour swing. I'm not really, right? No doubt. You close the top liquidity below and close right back in the range. So you look for some liquidity above to be right around. Just one here, but it's one more here, like, or at least this one. Also here some big imbalances. In this it can be this high. Like the current 4 hour range, it's looks like it's this one, right? And makes sense with the daily range also. Then all you got to see it's some continuation to target, I don't know, maybe this imbalance. Yeah, this was like when it was here. Like I write it on daily here. This order block like this one, right when the price was somewhere around here. But so far gold did not came enough to touch order block, reacted from the imbalance well above it, like in the past. Look at it. Well, we got order block here, then okay, we got here the one that was touched, but then this one it's untouched, this one untouched, this one untouched, this one untouched, like keeps going and going and going. Now looks like something has kind of changed a little bit. So let's see what the price prepares us for. Yeah, this was just what was this actually? I have no idea. Mistake? Make it seems on 1 hour. I don't know. Well, on 1 hour the swing is bullish. We do expect to see those highs. I run like this my swing. Not my, but it's like pretty clear. All internal structure, but the swing is still bullish. Yes. This could have been like an interesting one. Right? Not to reverse or something, but to see some pullback back in some liquidity level, maybe this one, maybe only this order block. But then you go back on 15 minutes and see here a little church, but it's kinda nothing, you know. And then stay back on 1 hour and look what's gonna do the price. Well, here looks interesting. We got some. Oh damn, this structure I think is made on 3 months. Okay. On monthly it's obviously not this one, but it's more like bullish. Like this one. Think short, why short, not short, it's long. Never mind. Yes, I think this was the day on for London session. Let's take a short glance on what's gonna do here. Well, just to have in mind, weekly it's bullish, right? Made some pullback. It's bullish, but monthly it's in deep. Not in deep, but it's in premium. Made a church, so now depends if gonna respect it or not. The most recent mount was bullish. I don't know what to say. Respected this other block. It's bullish. Yet well, weekly kind of made the like swing it's long, obviously. Then for short, it's not so easy. But for clear, we got one range and then one long range and one short range, right? But then what happened? We got another long range, so we don't short anymore, right? And the long range kept going, right? And now we got this range from this low to this high. This is our internal or premium and premium also. And fractal right now it's failing to close above the 50% of the monthly order block. This was this order block. Yeah, then closed. But then reacting from the week. Also felt like this little imbalance. You can see it. It's basically inverted and then two imbalances in one. Weekly imbalance. Well, what happened? Went in the imbalance, respected it very clearly, right? The high of the imbalance were respected also. Toggle liquidity above the high of the candle open. So, like we got a bullish range, right? Then here we expect to continue, but here happened the choice like we toggle liquidity above, then toggle liquidity below. So the current range, the fractal one, the smallest, the closest fractal, it's bearish at this moment. But well, we tapped in the like this is one range, which is bullish. Right? This is a swing range in the internal, whatever it is. But then we got also this range, which was bearish because toggle liquidity above and then toggle liquidity below. I don't know if it's necessary to map it. So considering this, let's see if it works. Yes. We can go lower on daily, right? And see what daily prepare for. Well, very clear. Like this is our daily swing. No dots. Oh, right. No dot. Perfect. And inside the swing, we got a range. A very not very, but yeah. And then the range, what has done basically is keep staying bearish at this moment. Well, This is our daily or weekly order block, yes. And inside the weekly order block, it's a very we got so to make it more. We got a breaker block on daily one, right? Then we got the weekly order block, of course, but we also got the weekly opening gap. I'm gonna put it as a daily gap. Very interesting. We failed to close below the 50% of the breaker block. There's a bullish sign. And then we gone one more time lower, top liquidity. And now let's see what's gonna happen. Lower on 4 hour. This is our 4 hour swing. And right now we are playing some kind of pullback on 4 hour. We got this daily order block. Which can hold. We got also this daily breaker block. No, it's stupid for me. It's not a breaker block. This one was a breaker block because it has token low. Well, yeah, it's this one can be considered somehow a little bit. But yeah, right now, even if it came here and it realigns, the target won't be this low because of the daily structure. Right? Now here's the target is this one. And then we see what's gonna happen. This was for the day.